the sound. It sounds good or something.
Oh, yeah. Don't hold on. I'm gonna take care of that.
Give her my seat. I'm gonna bring her in.
Yeah, well, that's Tuesday. Then you can bring her too.
Loria.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up? Well, yo, we back, we live, yo. It's the one and only infamous Uncle Joe in the building with What's Your Passion. We're doing our thing. I don't know what y'all doing out there today. I would like to say, I hope y'all having a happy Sunday. Y'all enjoying yourself. You know, really getting in the spirit because fall is falling in, and I'm loving the way it's cool outside.
Definitely feels good.
It's definitely time to start hibernating. It's definitely time to stay in the house, eat some hot soups.
I bet.
Maybe make some babies or something, you know what I mean?
Right, Joseph, right.
You know, it's that time of the year, fellas. I know y'all out there, and I know y'all hear me. So, yeah, if you want to hibernate, it's that time of the year, you know what I mean?
You don't need to make no more.
Nah, you're off the record. Like, you're not allowed to. Anybody that knows Nairobi MVP, yeah, she cannot have no more nieces and nephews.
Can't tell this body what to do now, Joseph.
Hey, fellas, I'm letting y'all know right now.
Nobody, fellas.
If y'all touch my little sister,
Put no S in.
I'm gonna hurt somebody. I just need to let y'all know.
Tell this body what to do, Joe.
Yeah, but man, it's been a wonderful week. Been a great week. I've been doing my thing, enjoying life. Hey, I want to shout out to my mom. My mom called me this morning, so we joked around and laughed. So we got to shout out to mom. And please, everybody congratulate Jaden Kelly for his endeavors in life. My son just moved out of the house, got his own apartment.
Congratulations, Jaden. Big boy
That's
now.
what it's about. So yeah, he finally stepped out of the house. He's doing his own thing. I'm so proud of him. You know what I mean? I was just at an event the other day. I went to the Art House of Noah. The Art House of Noah is in Suffolk. It actually used to be in Portsmouth, but the young lady used it out. So she's doing it out in Suffolk. I went to an open mic there actually, and there's some gentlemen. They was running down the line about how they felt about. Let me just put it like this: like there's so much negativity when we speak amongst each other as Black people. I don't think there's nothing wrong with speaking about the gun violence and the problems that we have with people don't support, but that's kind of like on the negative side. Like, why not think about the positive side of things? You know what I mean? That's the way I would. From sitting there listening to it, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I might need to check myself sometimes because I think about all the people that's not collaborating around here. When I really think about the good side, like there's so many things that are collaborating around here. You know what I mean? So you can't stop violence. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to happen. It's never going to happen.
This world was built of violence.
Yeah, so my whole thing is right now, I'm changing the trajectory. You know what I mean? Like it's coming. It's a full fledged. Like you, in able to go there, you got to go a full circle and come back around. So I'm on that table of coming back around. Start looking at more of a positive notion. Yeah. Let's start doing more positive things. Like I don't really want to go to events. And the reason I brought it up because I'm at this event. I'm hearing the two hosts talk, and they talk about Puffy and the violence. But it was funny. One host said, yo, 1,000 bottles of lubricant, man. God damn.
He going overboard, man.
Yo.
Nobody said it. I seen it.
Yo, 1,000 bottles?
He's going overboard.
I say you made somebody mad. You in this industry, there's no way in the world.
Well, you already know.
They don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, they've been doing.
He didn't do something somebody wanted him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's exactly what he did. That's something he should have done.
They know that when they go into
because he's been doing this. He's been doing the same thing the whole time. Mm-hmm. So something somebody requested of him or asked him to do, and he rejected it. And this is the price you got to pay. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of other ones coming behind him because he did. Like I hate to say it, but Puffy's a snitch. You're gonna definitely find out that he ain't gonna just go by himself. That's not Puffy.
I bet y'all don't think Orlando Brown so crazy in the movies.
No, I never thought he was.
When you say P. Diddy gave him that,
I never thought he was. I never thought he was. I never, believe it or not, Orlando Brown off the bat. He was the first person I listened to. Like even before that girl started talking about it, I was already talking about it way before that. He was put it on his stand. Orlando been talking about it from Disney. Like right out of Disney, he's been talking about how Puffy got this on.
He kind of look. He went through it. I don't want to say crazy, but if being a child and then coming out of that, he went through it. Just like Miley Cyrus went through it, and the rest of them.
Yeah, that's some sick. That's just sick shit. Like,
sick.
That's sick shit. Like
sad and sick.
And unfortunately, like we know a young lady that got, well, your cousin, she has a son that's in the acting role. Like the mom really has to pay the momager. You know what I mean? And I love that about her because she's always on top. You know what I
We
mean?
need people like
Like
that.
you gotta know.
She calls herself a momager. She
Yeah,
definitely is.
you gotta know when to say no. You gotta
That's
know when
what
to walk
she's
away.
teaching
Yeah, like
Yeah.
not all money is good money.
No, it's
You
not.
know what I mean?
That's
So I big up to Tanya, yo. I'm shouting out, big up my baby girl Tanya. You doing your thing. She's got married, yo.
Who? Tasha.
Tasha, yeah. Big up Tasha and Lee, cause
Mhm.
yo, they're a good couple. Great wedding. Like that's
Congratulations.
another one with a bunch of damn kids though. They all got a bunch of damn
Josie,
kids.
we love the kids.
Gotta love the kids.
We love
They love
all
the
the kids.
You go to their place, you might as well just go to the daycare.
You got one, my little drum and drop them off.
I'll
We
walk
got
a
it.
little bit.
They gonna be all right.
Might as well go to the daycare.
We don't play about kids neither.
But other than that, I'm just gonna say shout out to all the open mics in the Hampton Roads area. Let y'all know, man, it's much love. Please, let's kill off the negativity. Let's talk about positivity.
Please.
Like that's time for us to unite and do some things together. I got something coming up really soon. Like
Next time.
25, year 25, something coming up really soon. And I want to bring the people, you know, the people. I want to bring the people together. So all these cats out here, we doing these open mics. We might need to sit down and talk. Let's get to a round table. Let's make it to where we all are involved. Everybody's name is on paper. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
We might as well come together than fall apart. We've been doing that for so long. How's that working for you? It ain't working for me.
Can you imagine the open mics can't fill all this talent? You might be able to
Oh, my
push the talent out and then
You might be able to
you
start your own label.
Facts.
Like,
Hey, look, don't tell them what can happen if we, you know what?
That's true.
We're stronger together than we are apart.
always.
You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I'm gonna break up to the last thing topic that I really want to bring up, yo, and I'm gonna holler at my sister, holler at my bro, Bravo, let them say a little piece. But people, I don't give a fuck if you don't. I'm gonna say it just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you don't. And I'm gonna say, I don't give a fuck if you don't. Yo, go vote. Go vote. Take your time. Register to vote. Go down there and vote. I'm not telling you to vote for because I'm definitely not going to tell you why I went out and tell you who I'm for, who I'm against. I'm just telling you it is actually a privilege. And if you don't exercise that privilege, go get in trouble and see what happens when you're not allowed to vote. And the whole reason I'm bringing up voting because right now the presidential election coming up, that's important. Yeah, that's important to the United States of America. That's not important to me. Go down there and vote for your local civic,
yes,
your neighborhood,
local officials are.
you know, the councilors.
City
Like,
council,
go vote.
all
Those are the people who make a difference.
Right.
The president can't do jack shit for you, yo. Nothing. Go and vote. And I'm gonna big up one person I know that's running a ballot right here in Portsmouth.
Lucas? So you talking about Lucas?
Nah,
No?
I'm okay with Lucas. But there's a young lady, her name is Mia. I'm gonna get the name of her by the end of the show, and I'll give you her name.
The little thing, the paper on your camera. I'm like telling you.
Yeah,
Is it
but
more? Me or more? So,
I'll get her
Start
name.
with an L, like Alicia or something like that.
No, that's another. She's Miss Sessions. Yeah, she's running too.
Okay.
So I got Sessions to live next door to me. You know what I mean? It's crazy how Portsmouth Council, city councilmen are all really like family members of other people in the community. Like it's really close knit. But Portsmouth alone, we have to have voted in Portsmouth this year.
Mia Phillips?
Mia Phillips, that's her name. Yeah, yo. So Mia, if you listening, I'm bigging you up. Hey,
Mia
everybody
Phillips,
know.
Mia
Yeah,
Phillips.
yeah, definitely. I'm voting for her. You know what I mean? I look at politicians on how they get out there and they interact with the community.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you get out there and you shake hands, you're willing to go everywhere, you're ready to talk to anybody.
Big.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, like she's really about young lady too. Young lady. It's really cool. Like move my spirit. You know what I mean? But in the midst of that, all I'm just saying, yo, y'all get out and vote. Young ones, especially the younger generation, y'all go out and vote, man. It's a right. Y'all wait all y'all life. Y'all wait 18 years to get the right to do it, and then don't let the presidential election bother you. That shouldn't be in your way. Just, you know, if you got to put that on a piece of paper, go write down what you believe. If you don't want to vote for the president, you don't have to vote for the president. That's up to you.
Yeah.
But civically,
I agree with
Your
that.
local officials.
city league, that's
Learn them.
That's what happens. That's where it happens at. You know what I mean?
I definitely
So,
agree with that.
and those people are running into, right along with the presidential election, go vote. Go vote. I'm big on that. My sister tell you I'm real big on that. Like, sometimes I drive their ass crazy because I'm on that. They need to go vote. Like, as many people get out of the polls because we got to
Even
change.
local officials do too.
Huh?
Local officials.
Yeah.
It's the president.
Yeah, but that's all I have to say. Other than that, I'm gonna turn the mic over to my sis and see what she been about. Yo, sis, what's going on? Oh, y'all don't know her? This Nairobi MVP. I don't know why I gotta keep saying that shit, but
Chelsea, you know that MVP stands out. Most vigorous poet. Let's go.
let's go. So tell us what's going
Snacks in
on
there. We
here.
gotta throw the snacks in there for that.
What's
Nothing
going
much is writing. I've been writing. I have an event coming up next Sunday, which this one really means something to me because I had to write about healing from within. It's an event that a young lady reached out to me. She said she heard about me and she wanted me to be one of the poets to come and do a spoken word piece. So I had to write something on healing from within. That was kind of challenging, right? I wouldn't think that it was, but when I had to sit there, it was. Cause like, oof. I felt like I was talking to myself.
This journey crazy, man. This journey you on is crazy because we started this together. And now people are going to you and having you look inside of who you really are.
Yeah, because she had asked me, when she reached out to me, she was like, I went on your page and tried to find something, like a video or something. So I had just did the one with, what is his name? The one that had the event at the Juice Bar. I forgot his name, but he did the Spike Lee thing with us. He sings. So I had just did that and I uploaded those. So I sent it to her. She was like, yeah, you're dope. So I'm excited to meet her and to do the poem that I wrote for that. And then on October 5th, Terrell, shout out to, what's his name? Broken Fragments, something like that. Yeah, he reached out to me. He has me doing an event down the oceanfront on the weekend of the 4th through the 6th. And I'm going to be on the 5th.
Yo, I'm just going to tell you like this, dude.
That's gonna be dope.
When you make bait, come to see me. When the bank calls you and tells
check
you
clear.
when they say it's unlimited funds going on, I want my Mercedes too.
And then I have something on November 16th, November 30th, something in between, I think October the 16th.
Hey, God good? Huh?
And then I'm back with Nick. Shout out to Nicholas Howard because he got us in the
yeah, they doing the play thing. Yo, this
Play
girl's all
Undivided.
over the place. Yo, yeah. Nick is dope too. Nick came out to the last show.
And he said he wanted to come out and support us.
Yeah, that's big, yo. Nick, big up, man. I need to get with him because I definitely like, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, you listen to this, and I'm gonna let Nairobi say Nick's name, full name. You got a kid that's into acting that want to do plays and get involved with that whole theater thing. Go ahead and give his name out there. Put his name out there.
Nicholas Howard is dope. I told you, Joseph. Not like going into the first play that I did, understand that you have to actually read the play once they give you the script.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way you're gonna understand it. Mm-hmm. So once I read it, because I went in there just trying to do my part, and Nick was like, "No, you have to actually read the play to understand it." So I went home, I read it again, went over my part with my niece, and I was like, okay, this is going to be something.
That's cool.
Because a lot of characters is like I could relate to a lot of the characters. So then when we do a rehearsal, I'm like, yo, like this guy is really dope. Then to go back and watch some of his other plays, I'm like, he's just as good as Tyler Perry. But for me, I feel like he's better.
Yeah. I mean, you have to get that up here. So we're gonna shout out everybody like Nick. Yo, we definitely gotta reach out to you, man. We gotta get some things done. Third and fourth coming, yo. This the third party of the game right now. Mr. Bravo, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? So tell me, how was your week? How was your days?
Oh, it's pretty good, man. Of course, 9 to 5. You always gotta have that. Always gotta keep the bread coming in. For the most part, but just daily grind, man. One day at a time. From what your endeavors is, what your passion is. Just take it one day at a time out there, man.
That's a smart move. So for those that don't know, Mr. Bravo is actually joining the team we're gonna start doing more of a podcast to where it's pre-recorded and released, and Mr. Bravo is actually gonna be start taking care of that. So be on the scene to see him around more, see what we be doing. We got some major moves moving going on. Like everybody know we got What's Your Passion and Poetry. We got Happy Hour Live 757. So you gonna be seeing it more and more. You know what I mean? And then I got other people coming on board as well. So I believe, like as a curator, like all of us need to be together in one household together. Like just because you do something different from me, don't make you anything different from me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We can feed off of each other.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, so give a hand to Mr. Bravo. Come on, man. We really appreciate that. Yo, I heard we got a special guest, right?
Yes, we do.
Yo,
We do.
can you do me a favor and escort that special guest into the
I got
podcast,
you.
man?
Give me 1 second. I got you.
Wait till you hear the story, man. For real. You gotta do the claps, Joe.
Oh,
Do
I
the
got
claps,
you.
Joe.
I don't have the speakers turned up though, but it should play.
Miss Lori in the building. Let me grab your seat for you. You're welcome.
Yes, everybody. Yes. How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Uncle Joe. Here's my special guest. I'd like to invite Miss Loria Artist to the building. Yo, give a hand for Miss Loria Artist in the building, everybody. You got set up over there? Yeah, you ready?
Internet kicked me off.
So how you doing today, Miss Artist?
I'm also well. What about yourself?
I'm wonderful. I can tell you there's some great things about you. Although I haven't even personally got to like sit down and chop it up with you, I know there's some great things about you because this young lady to your, I think you're right. She normally brings a joy of people. Like she brings the right person to the right show. That's her. She meets people. She talks to people. She's out there. So when she told me you was on, we on. You know what I mean?
I'm excited to be on here with you guys today.
Yeah. Well, so are we. Because like I said, keep it endorsing. Something's got to be right about it. You know what I mean?
I know that.
It was Miss Tanya Dale that sent me.
Miss Tanya actually sent you. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what it's about because we're about the community. We're about the actual physical community we live in. And we're not like a lot of other people to where
Right.
I believe when people say that, that's talk and walk.
Right.
But you have to put both of them together to make it actually happen. If you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? A lot of people will just talk and won't do the walking part of it.
Yeah.
Some people will walk and won't do the talking part of it. You have to have them both combined to actually make it work in a full swing. So tell me a little bit about you, like where you evolved from. Tell me something about you.
Well, I am a native of the 757. I was born here.
Hey,
And I was raised in New York, and New York will always be home to
What part of
me.
New York?
I was in the metropolitan area, White Plains, Yonkers, and also.
Upstate, upstate.
You call it upstate.
Yeah, it's upstate, yo. Anytime you get past
But
y'all.
look, I went down in the Bronx and Brooklyn and all
That's next
that.
door. That's next door.
Yeah,
That's
right,
next
right
door.
there.
Yeah, it was
Right
right
there.
there. I had to visit there, you know.
She was with X.
White Plains Road.
DMX.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I'll be sure and all them
And
cats
very
are up there.
Right, and married.
All of them. Yeah, I was right there with them. But Virginia is my roots.
Don't get it
I'm
twisted.
I'm not gonna get my roots. Just can't forget my
Two up,
roots.
two up, two down. Don't get it twisted.
But I have 5 children, and I lost a daughter in 2019, and I've been through a lot of things, but that particular thing and seeing so many other people that I know personally or just hear, even just on social media, these parents that has lost their children. No parent, I don't care what it is you're going through, you don't expect to bury your own child.
Yeah,
no parent.
that's not to be expected.
That's not what you expect. That's not you. You expect you to get older and your child to bury you, but not for you to bury your child.
Yes.
Now, I see so many people deal with it or appear, let me put it that way, to deal with it, and they really not dealing with it, because when you really sit down and talk to them, they're like, they're going with the flow, but they actually don't have, somebody, a place to go, or someone to just talk to or to reach out. Sometimes people don't really want no answer. They just want somebody to just
Somebody to
listen.
hold. Somebody,
To listen. A lot of people don't have that. They don't want to go they can't afford a lot of times to what they say, oh, go to a psychiatrist. I can't afford to go to what you would call a good one. So what is a good one, you know? Because when
And you hit it right there. What is a good psychiatrist?
what is a good psychiatrist?
I don't know
You know,
what such thing
because
as a good psychiatrist.
I don't even know what that would mean, you know.
I wouldn't know
because-
what that would know what
because-
a good one is.
Yeah, as far as I know, when the psychiatrist finished, he got to go see a psychiatrist. So,
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Now, me, you know, I do believe in God. I know He is the source for me, you know, but that might not be the source for others. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to be able to find.
So how old was she?
My daughter was 27.
Oh, she was an adult.
Yeah, she was.
Wow,
an adult. Yeah.
wow, that is hard.
Yes, and then like a month and a half later, my baby boy lost his daughter. He only had
Wow.
one. That was his only daughter at the time, and she was only 7. You know, so you know, like it was like back to back for us. You know, like you know, but
The cloud.
yeah, but before then. Like in 2009, my youngest daughter lost a baby due to SIDS. You know what I'm saying? So you know when you think about it, you never think about it's gonna happen to you.
Right.
You know, you feel it.
But you know, the funniest thing about that is families go through that.
Yes.
Families like I remember, and this wasn't so far long ago because it happened right through COVID, where I was losing family member after family member after family member. They were stacking it, like it was like, and then they try to run this thing down 3 strikes or 5 people pass, and then no, that's not how it works.
No.
It's just because no matter what myth or theory that they have out there, you inside your soul is going through that loss. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
people don't understand. You're seeing this happen, that happened. You're burying this person, that person, and you just. I remember one time being in a room by myself, just asking God, "Can we just stop?
Right.
Can this just?"
Yeah. I need a breather.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. You know. I need a breather. You know, God. I can't. I haven't healed from this one.
Yeah,
And then
and I'm on
nothing.
to the
Something
next
else
one.
is on
Yeah,
to the next one. But yet we find ourselves keep moving on. You know, some days you're like, how did you manage? You know, so sometimes I look back and it's a spiritual song, and I'm not sure if it was Mahalia Jackson or Shirley Caesar. And the song and the words to the song, my soul looks back and wonder how I got over. So, you know, that speaks
That's a powerful song.
You know, yeah, you know, my soul looked back and wonder how I got over because looking at my life and then just my mental and my physical, I know that I just couldn't do it just on my own. There was something stronger, higher than me, and then your support groups, and then your family and your friends, you know, that helped you to hold on and to carry on. So I want to be able to adjust and help that with somebody.
Joe, that's the dopest thing. That's where she came from. That's the root she came from. Because when I saw her talent, I was like, you gotta help out other people.
Yeah.
I really appreciate people, humans are beings like you, because that, you know, I would tell anybody, I inspire to be both of you. No one ever want to go through your steps. No one ever want to walk through anybody else's feet. But to inspire to be a great person and to pick your head up every day, that's not a bad shoe to follow behind.
No, it's not.
For you to do what you are doing, and for you to go where you are going, you use courage. It takes, especially being a parent. I can speak on being a parent. For you to get up every day and get out here and walk this real world and deal with life, knowing to walk the path that you walk, that's courage. I commend you highly. Huge respect and love because that's what it takes. Because, you know, like me and her talked about it. She still got to be a mom the next day. She still got other people's things. You still got to live life. You have to carry on.
Life still goes on.
People need to meet people and talk to people like you. It's the same way I feel about domestic violence. Like I keep saying it, I say it over and over again. Domestic violence is not a crime. Domestic violence is a mental situation that needs to be dealt with accordingly.
Yeah.
That's from somebody being actually involved, experienced it, know what it took to make me a better person. We need to cut it. There's so many people in jail for just being stupid humans, making a wrong mistake, but then still it's being addressed the wrong way, and they're releasing them right back out on the street. And that's pretty much a lot of the cause of why these murders are going on.
Exactly. Because you didn't deal with the issue. You pushed it away. You didn't deal with it, you know, so that's
I'll
the essence.
ask you a question. So, do you, I understand when you said that because that's how I felt God helped you. It had to be something there stronger. I told myself, well, she belonged to God anyway. Do you feel like you've healed, or do you feel like it's a process in life that is going to be an ongoing healing?
I believe it's the ongoing healing. Heal. Who's to say when we really heal? Who's to say when we really anything? You know what I'm saying? Like people say, "Oh, I've gotten over such and such and such," but who's to say that you really did until you met with that maybe person or situation, and then that's the only way you really know when you got over something. And sometimes it's not as you expect. You think you got over, and it be like it really affected you. So I think healing is an ongoing process. You know what I'm saying? Because
with something like that in life, it definitely is.
yeah,
Because I asked you that because you're in the same shoes, and I found myself sometimes when people say, "Oh, you've healed," they're like, I might have healed from that relationship that I was
right.
in.
You know.
I might have healed from that cheating that
You can't let go of that.
but healed from this.
No, you're not gonna know. And I tell people every day, I'll never be the same again. Never.
You
I'll
can't.
never be the same again. That touched us in a different way. It changed our life. Now what we make of that change, that's where we come in, and that's up to us. Now it could be for the worse, or it could be
For the better.
For the better. I want it to be for the better. And why me trying to help somebody else, that's healing for me as well.
There you go.
So it's not about me, it's about all of us. We got it's togetherness. We healing together. You know what I'm saying? Because today I may be strong today. You know what I'm saying? Like you and I talked earlier. We can talk about it today. Tomorrow somebody asks us about something about it. We two pieces. We in tears. But it's an ongoing process. We're only human. First of all, we are human. So nobody can tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm gonna tell you a story. I have a god sister.
I love her.
I have a god sister. She lost her daughter at the age of 4 months, a long time ago. And every time since then, she will. I don't care what we have, a birthday, a party, a get together. It never mattered. She always brought up which was my goddaughter up, and I didn't understand it. And I was like. And not just me, other people in the family. I can talk about me, what I said, Other people ain't gonna say it, but I used to always say, she always talking about that baby. And I love you, sis. And I don't think you'll be mad if I call your name, Patricia Jackson. And she used to always talk about her daughter, Khadijah, and I did not understand it. And then until it happened to me, I understand that's part of her healing. So I had to call and I had to apologize to her. And I had to say to her, sis, anytime, I don't care who don't understand it. You talk about your daughter anytime in the middle of the night. If you got to call me, I'm here. I understand. And listen, I wish I would. And that's what I told her. And that's what I'm telling you. So people you don't have to be what people want you to be. You be. It's a daily thing. It's a moment. Sometimes a day takes too long. I gotta take it a moment by moment. It's too long for me for a day. I gotta take it a minute. It's okay, But healing, we are being healed. But healing is an everyday thing, So you keep on being healed. You keep on being healed. No, you're not healed from. You might have moved on, and you might have been stronger, and you might have climbed a mountain from certain things, and that makes us stronger in it. But healing, I think, when they say that, when that final day comes, that's when we heal. Because long as we're here on earth, we're gonna feel, we're gonna be disappointed, we're gonna have issues, trial, tribulation. So, even with
the loss of the child, that's the loss of any human being. And I'm not even going to say the child, it's detrimental to you. There's no way possible to heal from the loss of any human being, and especially if they mean something really, really close to you.
Exactly.
But the thing is, and this is a journey that me and we've had for years, is what has happened to you guys can help out a lot of people. Because a lot of people don't know how. Like, I was just watching this show today, and I swear, this guy said, I lost my father, and I never came out of it. There's no healing.
Right.
You can't get over death. That's no healing.
No.
But you still have to live here on earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you still got to coincide with other human beings, and you still got other kids to take care of. I don't have that weight that you two have over your shoulder. I've never lost a kid. I've lost family members, and just as important, though.
Right, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like, I lost my uncle, and this dude, that was my ace. Like, you got to imagine having somebody in your life, your go-to, and he's gone. You know what I mean? So we all share that pain. That's the one thing I can say. That you can get over a guy. You can get over a friend. You can get over your money being stolen. You can get over everything else in life, but you can't get over the loss of another human being. You just can't. That's one you just. And she's like this. Sometimes when she does, she'll sit on stage. She'll do a thing in front of people. She's never going to truly heal from it. The one thing she has done was help other people understand.
Right.
How you still have to go on.
It's a daily process.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the strength that it takes a lot of courage for someone to stand up in front of a mic.
Yeah.
Or like your case sitting right here.
And people will come, they be like, "Oh, you're so strong."
But you really are.
And you're looking at them, like, in your mind, I'll be like, "You just don't have an idea."
But you broke down. But you really inside. I want to let you know you are so strong. To that person that was lost, you're a superhero because everybody deserves a legacy.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know about your daughter unless you brought it up to me and told me.
Right.
So you're carrying her name. You're carrying her legacy on.
Yeah.
Like, that's super, you know what I'm saying? Well, me and you talk about Wale, she sits in my head all the time because I tell you, man, that little girl share something very, very special together, which is my birthday. You know what I mean?
Right. See,
and,
yeah.
Like, you know how they say that old theory, God brings one and then he takes one away? It happened and it's reversing because I'm way older than her. And my birthday is the same day that she took a seat. You know what I mean? So it sits deep, but I don't ever want you to think that you're ever going to physically heal.
Mm.
Don't ever want you to think
and
that.
don't try to.
But you are being a superhero. You're the same superhero to her.
Yeah.
That when she was sitting right here, you was laughing and going on and playing with it. Because who would know her unless you let her legacy go on? How would she even be known of? And you refuse to let it go. So I think those parents that those people that can just turn their back and just let something go away, that's actually even worse than not healing. Because now you're living that within you. And it's darker than.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ever seen a person that goes through something like what you went through and they just won't talk to anybody? That's a dark place to be in. Because now you just don't. You lock yourself in the house. You don't want to associate with anybody. You live literally living that in your head every day. And
no good to yourself, or that person is no good to themselves or to anybody else. So
And you have to admit, it's been therapeutic. You have to admit it's been very therapeutic. I know a lot of people have came back to me and told me personally, "Yo, what she's doing is amazing," because it helps. It helps, and you just got it in you. Like she got I knew when you told me about her, there's something about her that she had in her, because that's you. When people sit down and tell you their testimonies, and you can relate, that's her. She gonna be like, yeah, because she knows. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what happened to her?
She was in a car accident. She was coming from. They said she was coming from the club, and the car, something happened with the brakes with the car, and the car hit the mediator, but the whole car separated and ejected her out.
Wow.
That's the weirdest thing to me. Also, she hit the tree. The tree that she hit, the city took that down like 2 days afterwards. And so the tree that where we really be putting her stuff up for the memorial, you know, it's not really the tree. So I'm still kind of doing some research on a lot of things. A lot of things not too clear with me that, you know, it's telling me to not let it go. Do some research. But that's what happened. And then she was in an accident. She got in an accident. And and it's crazy because I was at my other daughter's house. I was at my other daughter's house, and she kept calling me, "Mom, you come to, you know, watch the kids." And I always go to watch the kids. So I finally got up and I went to watch the kids. And when I got there, it was like 10 o'clock that night. So I'm there, and I was like, she's rushing me to come over here and watch the kids, and she ain't even gone yet. So now it's like 11:45, and I said, Nisha, what are you doing? She said, you're not. I said, you're not going out. I can go back home. She was like, no, I'm going. So then she left, and about an hour later, I got that call.
Wow.
So that was just so crazy to me, and it was like the whole time, you know how you get to think about the week before and everything. It's like if she was doing stuff so differently, you know. The thing is that, you know,
after it closes, you got the signs. You see what the signs were.
Yeah, you know, she was doing stuff so differently, and every time she talked to somebody, I'm just trying to get my life together. She was calling people like her godmother to tell her, you know, I thank you for keeping us when, you know, because I have my own testimony other than.
It was almost like she was reaching out.
You know, she was saying, I thank you for, you know, keeping me and my brothers and sisters, you know, and different little things that she was doing, you know, and she was, you know, telling me stuff about myself. She said, Mom, I'm glad you finally got yourself together and stuff like that. I said, yeah, it's been a battle, but yeah, I'm there, you know, stuff like that. And then for her to just be gone. And she did modeling, she did battle rapping, but she basically did hair braiding. She was known for her braiding hair. So, you know, people was coming to me like, what am I gonna do about my hair now? And I'm looking at them like, well, y'all don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do either, you know. So
what's her name?
Her name was Denisha. Denisha Artist, yes.
Yeah.
Denisha.
Hey, yo, Denisha, I know you're looking down on us, but I just want to shout you out and say, yo, I love you. Man, I hear nothing but good things about you, and I can't wait till we finally meet, because we all meet somewhere someday. You know what I mean? Just know that, Mama's down here doing the right thing. She's shouting you out, yo. She's shouting you out every day, all day. Just know that, all right? But it's really, really crazy what we share in common. It really is. And some people don't realize like how important this is to have a platform like this, because we all come from somewhere and we all going somewhere. And our journey is not left up to us. You know what I mean? Like I try to tell people how simply it feels when it's your time to go. Your book was written. Like I live by the words of Jah, and that's the way it is. Like your book was written before you was even born. The way you're supposed to leave this earth, it might not be satisfying to everybody. Right. It might not be the right way to disappear or walk away from here. Right. But that's not your choice. Right. I just know as loved ones and people very close to those people, nothing's your fault. And that book was written, you had nothing to do with that. That's the way. And God protects his own the way he chooses to protect them, not the way we choose. We want all our kids to live beyond us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hell, to be honest with you, I want to live just as long as my kid do. I know that's not possible. Exactly. But whoever goes first, I can't. Healing and mourning will never disappear. It will never disappear. But spiritual growth, that's always going to be a possibility for everybody out here. You have to choose to want to spiritually grow. You can't sit on that. That's a dark place to be in. And I don't know if anybody know you like me and her was talking about you. Know you like I know you. I know you on those sides. I knew when you was like really, really, really down. You were really close back then. You know what I mean? So to go through that with somebody and actually go through it and watch you come up out of it. You're gonna bring those people around. Exactly. She's gonna find you, and you're gonna find her, because y'all like this. Y'all both wanna. You get what I'm saying? The ones that you can't find is the ones that, like I said, that lost. Because when you don't want to give up, or when you want to give up and don't want to go on, you stay there. So I commend both of you guys, like really, really commend. And I think y'all are great people to talk to for young women out here, single parents, for both parents, like mom and dad home, because the things that happen to your kids could happen to anybody else's kid as well. It's every day, something like that is going on. There's plenty of car accidents happening out there where children are jumping in cars too early, even at the age of your daughter, and getting behind the wheel. Lord knows what goes on. Not to say it was purposely done, but if that book is written, it's going to happen. There's plenty of young babies that went through what Alea went through. You see it every day on the news. That book was written, it's going to happen. So when the time comes for it to happen, it just happens in play. But there's nothing none of us can do to stop it from happening. Just hands down. But I highly commend you to keep on going. I definitely, anytime you can get an opportunity to come to one of our situations to where we got presence on stage, I would love for you to come up and talk about your daughter. And like,
just invite me and I will.
I would love for you to come up and your testimony means a lot.
Yeah.
And I think people don't realize that's what's keeping y'all alive. That's what's keeping y'all engaged, is that y'all allowed to have a platform. You remember when we first started? You was like, yeah, I used to go to those meetings, and she stopped going to the meetings, and she created her own space to where she could still tell her story, but yet say like, let's instead of mourn, let's enjoy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like flip the switch on it. And I think you need to get back to doing that. I think you need to start. I think that's well overdue. That's something we haven't done during a year. You know, and it was fun. It was fun because that's not the only problem. Losing a child is not the only problem that people deal with. You know,
that's right, it's not.
If you got a son that goes to prison for 25 years, that's loss of a child.
That sure is.
If you got a son that go to jail for a year, that's loss of a child. That's still the same loss that you feel as if you lost your child. You know what I mean? A lot of these parents, they don't say it. They try to, I'm proud of my son. My son just joined the military. You know, really, that first couple of years while your son going through boot camp and all that, you worried as hell. You sitting on eggshells. That's loss of a child. So that's more than just that where a child is not at home. You know what I mean? Like it's just more like it's more than that with everybody else. Imagine how I feel right now. Mine just moved out. I've been around here running around my head cut off.
I can even relate to some of that as far as the loss of a child, because when, like I said, everybody have a testimony when I was going through some things and I was incarcerated, but I had my oldest daughter, she's 36 now. At the time, she was only like 13 years old, but she was a runaway. And I was incarcerated. I mean, in penitentiary, you know, like wasn't like I could just
come out,
you know. So I didn't always have the access to call home, you know, because there was a different situation. But this particular time, I called home and they nobody hadn't heard from my child, and then on the news come on. It's a 13-year-old child that they find behind the school in Ocean View, and it's the area that we was living in. And that's when I tell you, when I was sick, I was sick. Because I did not.
Because one is you can't do nothing.
I couldn't do nothing.
One is you have no control. You can't do nothing. And in that situation, when you reverse it like that, neither could she.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mentally, she's a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Neither could she.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy. But to see for you to tell me all the stuff that you've been through, and to see you right here in front of us talking about it, like expressing how you feel and how much. And I know through all that you had to have fight back.
Woo.
You had to have fight back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that saved you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that will save you, is that you get up every day and you keep on being you. You gotta like.
So when did you decide I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna help others?
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I said, I have a testimony. It may be about 10 years ago. Cause I can talk about drug abuse as well. Cause I graduated from a drug program. And I remember one of the people that was in there with me, and he looked at me and he said to me, he said, I see you on TV helping people. He said, I just see you doing great things. And I'm looking at him like, yeah, okay, yeah. But I always, now, my daily prayer, bless me so I can bless somebody else. I don't want to be filthy rich, because that's just more problems. I'm crazy enough just being poor, so I know I don't want to be filthy rich. You know what I'm saying? I want to be blessed to help somebody else, though. Now, the loss of my daughter and granddaughter, that started tugging at it a little more. But seeing other people, like it's so many people that I know that I'm connected to one way or another. You know, I know a young lady who lost her child hit and run. I know another young lady who lost her child, you know, gun violence. You know, it's just so many different things. But these are young babies, and these parents are still here, have to take care of their other children and still mourn about that child as well. And not only that, the sibling that was in the house with that child, you know, it's affecting them too. So that parent has to deal with that as well. It's not just dealing with her own mourning and grief. You know, I got other kids, you know, that I'm looking out for. You looking at them kids trying to find signs of, you know, making sure that they're all right. But in the meantime, who is making sure you are all right? You understand? So I just want to be there to be able to, if I can just ease the load, you know, because I can't, you know, but we have to do it together. You know, we have to do it together. As a community, we have to do it together, you know. I can't do it by myself, and I don't expect nobody else to do it by themselves, but together we can, you know, join and assist with the best that we can, because there's so many different needs out here. First, we have to know what the people need before we can meet them. So I'm trying to form just a group as far as that's just for the grieving part. Like I said, there's so many things I'm trying to do, but this is one of the part because of the loss of children, forever for however they was lost. It's still detrimental for the grieving for the parents that lost these children. That's why I want to form a group like now. I know you would be a good candidate for a group like that because you can draw other people. And I have reached out to a couple of other people that I feel with. And they just told me to let them know, you know. And for us to meet first before we need to meet once a week, and then we meet with the group. You know what I'm saying? Because we still need to keep our mental together and see where we at and what we may need before we go out and reach to other people, you know, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It does. I always looked at my mother. When she was here as a superhero, she definitely had a testimony. I think she lost 3 before she passed away. So she lost her oldest son in '89, and then she lost her second oldest in '93, and then my baby brother passed away. Like 2-3 years before she passed away. And I used to look at her like, you are on top of not raising us. So we were physically taken from her when I was little. Her two oldest boys, myself, and she was left with her third oldest son and the baby boy, which was some underhanded stuff. And yeah, I you know, like you had said about your friend, you look at people like that and you just like, oh, you never think
right
that it would be you. And I'm like, my mother lost 3, and it's like, it can't happen to
you. And then it makes me think about my grandmother, the children that she buried before she even passed, you know, and I was like, wow, you know, I think about that, you know, my grandma, which was, you know, she buried a few of her children before she even passed. My mother was one of them. So I was like, oh wow, and now, and I'm thinking about it, but my grandmother always just seemed to be fine to me. But until you go through it yourself, you know what I'm saying? It makes me think like, grandma, it's days that I just wonder, what you really was thinking, what you really was feeling, but you never would show it, just kept going. My grandmother she was just, as we say, she was the goat of the family, she was the cornerstone, so she was everything. So like Big Mama.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You even mentioned that because this morning, me and my mom was on the phone, right? So my grandmother was like the bone to the family. And I told my mom, we was talking, I said, there's nobody like Vivian Kelly. Like they don't make them like that no more. And when we was talking about it's the couple thing, the men and women. Because normally when people get aged together, now the men are getting sickly at 50 and 60, 70 years old. And we'll find out the woman is going on to live another 20, 30 years by herself. Like a lot of women don't do like they used to do. Because back in the days, the woman would go outside. If they had a garden, she would still take care of the garden. If they had a yard, she still cut the grass. She literally do that till the day she died because that was left behind. That's hers. Mm-hmm. Now they'll be convinced to go to a nursing home or something. Like, don't do that no more. You ain't gotta. So we were just talking about that. That's a trait of a woman. A woman is so freaking strong. Like, and we're talking about my grandma. We were literally not like Vivian Kelly. That woman, my grandmother was out there 80, 90 years old.
True.
Planting seeds, you know what I mean? You see out there 80 years old, like it was when she was 30 years old. You would never know that she was that old. You know what I mean?
30's not old, Joe.
Huh?
30's not old.
No, 80.
Oh, I thought you said when she was
80.
30.
She was 80. You would have thought she was out there.
Okay.
You would have walked out there and she was moving like a 30-year-old. And even now, look at me, my job right now. I got dudes around me that's 27 years old.
And you probably work circles around them because I
easily
circles around them at my
easily.
So, have you thought about maybe doing a nonprofit?
Yes. That's what I'm
working
leaning towards. Yes, that's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah. So I always call my sister Tanya Dale, for she always hook me up to whatever I need.
Right.
That's my baby. I call her for things like this, and that's how she connected me with you. But yes, that's what I am. She told me to get with you, and we're gonna talk about certain stuff. So that's why I'm here, and it's gonna be, You're
in the right place. You where you need it.
Yes.
That's not like being where you need it.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting it. I remember when we talked, and I was in DC, and then Miss Tanya, she called and told me, but she didn't. Of course, she's not going to tell your story. I'm gonna let her tell you. That's what she always said. I'm gonna let her say.
Yeah, she is.
So when we were just in the living room and you started telling your story, I was like, wow. Because even now, to this day, even though I've met plenty, sometimes I still go back into that feeling like I'm the only one in the world
that's just going through that, and then nobody don't really understand. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that, but trust me, you're not. And when I'm going through that feeling, I know that that's when, to me, it's not about me. Somebody else is going through it. And I need to be able to reach out to those people to tell them, you're not alone, because how biblically it say, man may mean it for bad, but God switching around for the good. Just like he said, switching around for the good. I feel like sometimes I'm on, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not the only one that lost a child. But sometimes I feel like nobody don't understand, they don't care. And sometimes sometimes you ever just call somebody, you just want to talk. You don't even really want nothing. You just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Or you just reach out to a person, or, hey, how you doing? I ain't seen you, sometimes I'm like that. And because if I haven't seen you in a while and you come across my spirit or my mind, hey, how you doing? Just been on my mind. I feel like I need to reach out because I don't know what you're going through. But a lot of times when I do that, that person really
Support or
needs
something.
that, you know. So yeah.
I mean, on top of that, like this month, y'all know this month is right. This suicide prevention month this month, right?
Yeah.
So, what you saying that's so important that if someone picks up the phone, they need to call you and talk to you, like like no matter what. This is really time of the year because of the season change, a whole bunch of things going on this earth. That it's detrimental. You pick up the phone if someone just want to talk, just talk to them, and just don't do it just for a month. Around the year, like I was telling Gloria that I can call you at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and if you got a sense of getting up, she gonna get up and we're gonna talk for 2 or 3 hours. Like it's very important.
Yeah,
You never
everybody
know.
need that one
Yeah.
person there, or somebody where they can feel like they can call any time of the day or night. It doesn't matter what. And I do thank God for the one friend that I have that I can call, you know, and she can call me. So I'm glad for that. You know, you do need that, and sometimes you don't have that. But Miss Kiva, I can tell you, you can always call me wherever time. If you can't get your brother, feel free to call me. So sometimes just by you telling your story may heal me.
This is
You
a
know, it may
village.
help me.
This is a
You
village.
understand what I'm saying?
Like
Sometimes just by me listening, you don't need no words from me. You just need me to listen. Sometimes.
Yeah.
And then once you just get that off your chest, because I'll be like, I didn't mean to call and say all of that. I don't even know why that, that be me. Don't even apologize. You needed to get it off your chest. And it's a relief. So whatever you need to do to relieve positively, you know what I'm saying? Because they keep you from doing anything crazy, you do what you need to do. You call who you need to call, but if you need to put me on your lookup, you can call me. I will answer.
See, I think my problem is, and I think this is how I made my children heal in the household. Like Joseph said, when it first happened, I never got mad with God. I said she belonged to him. I went to clubbing and drinking. And I think we healed on our own. I've not put them in therapy. I'm in therapy. But we didn't talk about it. Even with my nieces, like all of she had my oldest niece namesake. She had a middle name was my niece. And I don't think we talked. And until this day, I don't feel like I talked. Like what I told you today, when I do talk, I go straight in. The person don't even have to ask me what happened. I go straight into it, and I can't stop it. And then that's it. And then after that, it's like I don't talk about her anymore. The most that I probably talk about her is, like Joseph said, is in my writing. It's easier for me to do it in writing and going on stage sometimes, and I feel it in my spirit. All right, it might not be April, the month she was born. It might not be August. I find myself, I'll do the most poetry then. But sometimes it's like, I got to talk about her. So I'll do it on stage through my poetry. Mm-hmm. But for me and my children to talk about it, we can bring it up. And it's like somebody, like, I don't want to talk about it. And that's how it's been. And this is 2012. Then I get the feeling like, oh, nobody wants to hear about it. It happened in 2012. She would have been 13.
That could never be a situation. That could never be a situation. Because what happened to your daughter could save a whole bunch of people. They need to hear about it, whether they didn't want to hear about it or not. They need, because there's some young girl right now that's in a like, again, I said this to y'all before. Domestic violence is an illness, and people really don't know how to deal with it because everybody don't want to talk about it. They want to put people in jail and sweep it under the carpet, and then they want to separate families. Your conversation can literally save another child, can save another parent. Can save a whole, you can fix a household of situations because one is domestic violence need to be stood up and people need to realize that mental illness, let's fix that first. That would have never happened if domestic violence was already on top. Like they would have looked at it as, you know what I'm saying? Two, it's a young baby. It's literally a baby. You have a lot of women that you're saying those poems to, or that you stop it individually talking to, you don't know what they might walk away from you and be like, yo, it's time for me to go. I got to get out of this situation. Me and my baby, we getting out of here. Right. So you're saving lives. You got to look at all the positive things that you're doing. And you're walking that walk that God chose for you. The most important thing is that you're walking that walk that God chose for you. You wouldn't, like, come on, I know you've been in situations where you'd be like, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. No, just don't want to. And I know I've been there with you. And I had a conversation with you when you be letting your mind wander, you be like, well, I'm just not gonna do that. If you don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it. You're doing it because God wants you to do it. It's been put in place for you to be where you are. You're saving lives. You're waking up people. Even though they don't even know it's coming, they just so happen to pop up. That's why you everywhere you go, why do you think people walk up and say, oh, you just blew me? I didn't know. Because same thing you're talking about, they're living with at home.
Exactly.
We are blessed to have you amongst us. I tell you that more than anything. I'm blessed for you to be in my presence. And we're a village. I don't want you to think you got to call me, I got to call you. We're a village. We feed off each other's energy. If you need me, I'm always be here. If I need to talk to her, she should be there. Like we should be. There's a lot of people in this world that's walking on the same wave path, not through the same journeys, the same wave path. And we got to stay on that wave path. We're the ones that are chosen to change the world. That's your job. So you get those moments where you don't feel like people are not listening to you. So what?
That's when somebody is really, I don't care if it's just one. You can have 1,000 people, but if I can reach one out of that 1,000,
she's absolutely right.
whew, do you know what that means? If I can reach just one,
your job is done.
my job is done. It could be 1,000, but if I reach one, at least somebody was saved.
The job is done.
The Bible said, if one soul gets saved, the angels in heaven rejoice. So we can just say one person down here with whatever we went through, our tragedies, and help them so they can get out of their situations or whatever. One. You don't, job well done.
Now she's invited to everything now. She's invited, like she's running off the chain, yo. Like when I tell you this girl is busy, she is busy. Like you are busy. God knows your story. He's putting you out there. People are hearing you. Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think you're getting so much? Like you just earlier today, he's like, I got this going on, I got that going on. Why do you think it's coming that way? You're being heard. You're being heard. You are actually telling Walea's story. Telling it out in the open. Something that should have happened like when you was holding it in. But now there's a time and place for everything. Now's your time. Please take advantage of all that. Suck all that in and take advantage of it. Yeah, because on my end, being brother, yo, I love you and I love what you're doing.
So getting back to you.
No, you're fine.
What are the things that you have done? Like tell the people the things that you've had done already as far as like helping the community. Have you?
Right now, I'm really just getting started, so I'm just really putting stuff out there. Every time I go out and I open my mouth, I help the community, and I did not realize that I really was. No, seriously, I'm not. When I get in the Uber driver just to go to and from
Talk
work,
to it.
and I be, I don't even know sometimes about my daughter come out or just talking about and people be like, they look back at me and they be like, you so strong. No, I'm not strong, but it's another day. I woke up to see something make a change, get better. I woke up. Yes, my daughter is gone, but I'm not letting her loss just be that. She have a legacy.
There you
so
go.
I go to work. I put on, she dressed well, okay? She can do all the different color hair. So when you see me with the different color hair, I represent my daughter, that was her, because she was a very lively person. I'm a lively person. I like to talk. I like to help people. So therapeutically, they be like, well, how did you get over this? I don't. I just go with whatever's going on at that moment. I go with it, But like I said, for me, it's my faith and my relationship with God. That's what keeps me. Now, for anybody else, I don't know what to tell them, but that's what keeps me. That's why I come. I don't think I'm too much of cocoa for Cocoa Puff, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, because I have my days, I have my days where it feel like the whole world is just crashing down in my mind. I have my days that I don't want to think about nothing. I don't even want to talk to you every day. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be bothered. I have days like that. People don't even really know that because I'm in the world. I'm not secluded from anybody. Somebody gonna talk to me, but there's days that I really just don't. I don't want. But then those days when I don't want to be bothered, and certain people are trying to reach out to me, those are the days I really need to pick up the phone because I'm helping somebody.
And I think to look at how she addresses that is so cool. She understands that you gotta have support. Like to get through what she basically says is like to get through just a day. She might have a moment in a day where she thinks about what she's going through, and just the support to pick up the phone and call somebody to just want to listen. Like you ain't got to always answer. You ain't always got to say nothing. You ain't even got to compare. Just this is what I'm going through. To be there for me. You know what I mean? I just called you because I want to cry. You know what I mean? A shoulder to lean on. That's her friends. And she's growing more and more friends that way. Like, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. What you're doing is very healing. Because a lot of people, we are lost in these days and times. We don't have friends. We don't want to let people into our situation.
Right.
But you keep on doing what you're doing. Like, highly commend that. Like, honestly, they can't find no love better than you. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, it's very hard. It's not hard to ask you questions because you wear your feelings on your sleeves. All you gotta do is just start a conversation with her, and she's gonna tell you why God is so good to her.
Yeah.
You keep on doing what you're doing. Like,
I am.
I love you. You keep on doing what you're doing.
This is the beginning of a new beginning. This is a new chapter for all of us, not just for me. Just for all of us. And you go in and do what you're supposed to.
Oh, we here for a reason. God put us here together.
Yeah. Great things. I see many and more great things, even with all of us.
Yeah, because I'm still waiting on my car. I just gotta get my car first. And then I'm back for a house.
I know that's right.
Then we'll come back.
I want buildings.
So we get the car, so we get the house.
Yeah, they say you have not because you ask not. I ask. You ain't gonna know if I ask, right? Yeah. But this is true, and that's the true saying. You have not because you ask not. A closed mouth is not gonna get fed on the boulevard, the avenue, wherever you at.
What is my most famous saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. And I believe in that highly. So, in knowing what, like, the way I do things, to me it's kind of weird to end the show because we can do this all night.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I know I could.
I could probably bring 2 or 3 other people here. We could just make a whole, before you know, we'll be singing Kumbaya. You know what I mean? But we have to end the show, and the normal thing I do on the usual with what's your passion, and I already kind of like know the answer, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Loria, if you could change the world tomorrow, what would you do?
If I can change the world tomorrow, I don't know what I would do. I can't even answer that question right now.
You don't know what you would do?
I would not know what I would do because there's so many things I want to do. Okay, let me just say one. One of them, I would have, people always saying something about gun violence, but it's not so much as gun violence. Gun is a weapon. People carry the weapons, right? So instead of gun violence, first we got to get rid of the hatred. Ooh. Get rid of the hatred. Let's get rid of the hatred. We got to get rid of the hatred. It's not the guns, it's the hatred.
Preach.
So I want to do stuff like, little rallies about stuff like that because I have, know of people that lost their children because of gun or whatever, violence or because of you thinking it's cute or that's the trend or whatever the reason is. But now the that what you're going through, what you're paying for it, the cost that you're paying for those things, is detrimental. But I want to talk about things like that. Not only I know about only that as far as we talking about the grieving parents, but the grieving parents that have lost their children and they're incarcerated. I want to reach out to them because they didn't get to come to go to their children's funeral and things like that. And they got to deal with that on the inside there, and they still got to deal with it when they come out. So I would love to touch those those people in that situation as well, because I know they need a strong mental support, of support as well. So it's just a lot of different things.
Those are great. Here's the thing, and I tell people like this, and I'm just gonna see, this is why I asked that question, and I'm gonna let Nairobi tell her part. If we all, every human being on this earth, took one thing, just one thing, not a million, you can't change the whole world, just one thing, and address one thing that we feel that will make the world be a better place, this world would be a better place.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we don't, and we don't ask each other, and sometimes we don't apply because that question's never brought to us.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So it's not like we won't do it. It's not being done because no one is addressing, hey, I have mine, I'm gonna tell you mine in a minute, but Nairobi, I always pass the mic to you, so you can change one thing in the world tomorrow, what would you change?
I think I can write off of what Lori just said, and that is teaching people self-worth and self-love, because a lot of what she said, like, is hatred. And when you people that get harmed and do all this killing and taking lives, it's because hurt people hurt. So a lot of times,
That's so dope. Hurt people.
Yeah. So a lot of times people are hurting people because they're running from the darkness and the pain from within them that hasn't healed. And 9 times out of 10, it's childhood traumas that they grow up with. And then life be lifing. So if you never heal from childhood trauma, then you're dealing with regular life, and on top of that, life and you never know how to deal with it. That's how you grew all that darkness inside. And they don't know how to deal with it. And they don't know how to deal with themselves. If you don't know how to deal with yourself and take accountability for yourself, they're not going to be able to deal with other people. So
absolutely. Yo, preach, sister, preach. Absolutely. So we all like, here's my part into it. We all know the reverse to hatred, right? What's the reverse word for hatred?
Love.
Kindness.
Oh yeah.
Kindness. And you know how I feel about kindness. I don't close the show. I never talk about the word. I never stop talking about the word kind. Because regardless of what, kind cures it all.
So can I say what somebody said? I think it's Kiara.
What's that?
Kiara said, I would end all this hustle and bustle. That's what she would do. That means that everybody just going back and forth. No life. Work.
That's it. It all has to do with kindness. Like, even on jobs, I see where people, just like people on jobs, it takes nothing to be kind.
Yeah.
It takes nothing to have a forgiving heart. It takes nothing to just sit. It's not a lot of energy. You waste more time being angry and being just not caring, or just like you waste all your energy. It to hate takes way more energy.
They say the same thing about smiling and frowning.
Yeah.
It takes more muscles to frown.
It literally, I can honestly tell you, it takes way more energy out of your body to have a hatred heart. It's so easy to be kind. And when you are kind, whether you know it or not, it's going to come back to you 100 times for every time. It never will let you down. I can tell you right now, I just was thinking, I went to a place the other night, and I met 5 or 6 people in this place that did me wrong. Did me wrong in the past. But look how good God has been to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I got to say to them. Look how good God has been to me. Because if anybody knows me, honestly know me, you really, really get to know me, I'm one very, very kind-hearted human being. And I don't need nobody. Like, when you know you're kind, you don't need nobody to, like, vouch for you.
That's right.
Am I lying?
You're not lying.
You don't need nobody to stand up for you. So just to tap up what y'all saying, like we can reverse it. We really can. Be kind. Be kind to others. Be kind
To yourself.
to especially Mother Earth. You have to be kind to Mother Earth. My gift, one of my main gifts is I don't take bags. I'm huge on not taking. She tell you that I'm huge on not taking plastic bags. You literally can take me shopping, and we can spend thousands of dollars of groceries. I'm gonna try to take that, put that in the car, bag piece by piece, because I don't want to take bags.
And I don't live.
Because when I ride around, I go to the ocean. If I'm fishing, I pull plastic bags up. So it's pretty much diminishing the earth. So my one way to give back to Mother Earth is I try not to bring plastic bags with me whenever I go shopping or anything like that. But that's just one thing that I'm doing.
Right.
Again, if we all, as human beings, do one thing to save,
Can you imagine how the world would
the
be
world will be different.
if everybody did one part?
One thing, just one thing. It's not a lot.
No.
And we all can only do individual things.
Mhm.
Even if you're the type person like you feel like I'm gonna go pick up the dog poop, you're saving the earth. But instead of fussing about it, do something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You forgot your other one question. And she's going to start a nonprofit. I want to hear. You always ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
yeah. Oh, the growth question. Well, I'm gonna let you ask that one.
With everything that you have in this passion, and I can tell, from the way that you talk, that passion is burning inside of you. You can't let it go. So, you at the beginning of your journey on what you want to do. Where do you see this passion inside of you within 5
In
years?
5 years,
Lord willing.
in 5 years, Lord's willing, he say the same, and he's already spoken, so he don't go back on his word. But in 5 years, I see myself as the CEO. I already have my LLC for Denisha's Haven, but I'm gonna have a building.
Doing big things.
I want a big building. Why?
Doing big
Because
things.
this building has to accomplish needs for, I need a daycare, because there's so many people out here where you either have your older children taking care of your younger children, and that can, that can be detrimental to them, because some of them are not all that old, and they feel like you got them doing what really should be your job, but you can't be two places at one time, because you gotta make money to take care of your children. So we need daycare, so they get kind of ease up that pressure of the parents that I know that's working like that, and they don't have, but you don't have, but so many, I gotta take care of the younger ones, because I got this one here, and it's a lot, it's a lot. That's a daycare. The domestic violence stuff, I've definitely been through it. I would like to have something about domestic violence. Homelessness, I've been through that. I want to help homeless. So this building has to be able to house people. Yes, I want you to be able to live there for a while to get up on your feet. But I also want to have a building when you transition from that building. I'm going to own some buildings over there so you can go over there and pay your rent like you're supposed to pay your rent. But I'm going to help you
It's a movement.
from over there. So it got to be transitioning going on.
Yeah, it's a
Just
movement.
different things. So in 5 years, I see myself great, not just in the 757. I see it expanding worldwide.
And it's going there. It is actually going there because your heart is big. Your heart is big. That's other people that have your heart indeed. And that's organizations you can already get involved that's making those movements
Right.
that will already,
That's
that's grants you to get
Volunteer
rid.
work.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's so much. And I just saw a couple of people tuning in about the plastic bags. So big up. They talked about the homelessness. So big up. Yo, Jay, I see you out there. I don't know. I don't know what to say about you. It's just a joy. It's just like
It's been a pleasure. Since I heard about it, I was like, y'all listen, okay, y'all better be listening,
it's
Whether they did or not, I'm
You can
happy
always go back and listen to Big King.
it's therapeutic to you.
yes,
Like
it's therapeutic.
when you're therapeutic, you save the world.
Yeah.
Like I want you to know where this goes. sometimes people have to go back and listen to the show afterwards. Sometimes you don't even have to listen to it, you just have to listen to it. Don't have to look. Because now everything is visual.
Right.
Like, so just turn the camera off and listen to the words that are spoken, because that's a message that God has us all saying at the same time. The message carries across the room. And I'm so glad to be, I would tell you like this. I'm the best me that I ever could be right now in life that I've ever going to be, because I'm only here right now. I'm only living this moment.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand, you have to tell yourself that every moment that you move around this earth, you are the best you are right now. There could be no better than you right now, because if it was going to be better than you right now, then you wouldn't be here right now. Same way it couldn't have been no worse, because the fact it works in reverse as well. So always stand up to be the best you, and I'm glad that I got to see the best you that I could possibly see. They say your first impression is your last impression. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna big up my friend Jenna Renee out there. You know, she's in Japan right now, but I gotta big up. She's an artist. Like, yo, people, when I tell you that we have people around here that's doing things that's phenomenal, like phenomenal human beings, they're everywhere walking around you. Oh, right here in VA, 757, y'all have some of the very best celebrities in the entire world. Please patronize these local artists. Go and look at their work. I'm gonna start like doing some work with Janine, like featuring her work and putting her out there. There's so much Black people want to do to help out everybody. Let's get together and start building together. Sometimes the brick is heavy for one person. So it takes two of us. Yeah. It takes three of us.
We gotta bring her to sing.
Yeah, definitely.
He's an artist.
Yeah. Oh, look.
I've heard his work and he's dope.
So you want to know who Uncle Joe is? Uncle Joe is a person that God put on earth to give back to the younger generation, to give back. Like a lot of Black men, and I'm gonna say this to these niggas because these niggas need to hear this shit, right? Y'all need to hear this shit because y'all talk shit all the time. But it takes getting out. It takes getting out there. Like, you got men. If you got a male son out here and you ain't been a father, you a fucked up nigga to me. Like, that's just reality. Like, you brought a man on this earth. Only a man can teach a man how to be a man. I don't care what y'all women keep saying. I know for a fact I did it my damn self.
I never said that.
But I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying in general public. Like, you know, I always say. This is my theory about domestic violence, right? So single moms, 70 to 80% of Black women are single moms, right? So they're raising boys, right? And then the boys turn out being violent and beating up on women and getting in trouble and going to jail. What do you think that comes from? They seeing it.
That's what I'm saying. They seeing it.
They seeing it.
So they think it's all right.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to break
the cycle.
I'm trying to, like, let that man be a man and let that man stay home and let that man raise his kid, let that man in that house, like, do right by, like, yeah. We say we want to be Black families, let's be Black families.
Yeah. Let the man discipline the son like he's supposed to.
Yeah, maybe if the man was in the house, the boy won't end up in jail.
Or stop being bitter because he don't want to be with you and not allowing him to see his children.
Yeah. So, well, we're going to go on another show with that. I don't want to really get it because that's going to take 24 hours right there. I got a lot of shit to talk about that. But just, this is general, fellas. Yo, Black men, wake up, Black men. And I'm going to say this. Y'all might get mad at me, but only Black men wake up. Only Black men. Y'all wake up because it's about to be our time. All right? But I'm out.
Can I give a shout out to my niece? I meant to do that in the beginning of the show. Go ahead. So I want to just give a shout out to my oldest niece, Tashlene Morales.
Yes, Miss Morales. Big up.
I have to say, she's a really big supporter with a lot of things that I'm doing now. Now that's my niece, so she's seen the darkest parts of it. And I was suffering with depression real bad. And so she's proud of the fact that I'm out here doing spoken word. She's always known that I want to do Broadway, right? So just her knowing that I'm in my second play, every time I get up and wake up, she's dropping videos in my Instagram of Tay Diggs is always in some type of character, right? And she said, Aunt Kiva, you know, to do all the voices and stuff, you have to become a
So
character.
bring me
gotta
the English gal. Bring me the English gal.
And then there's another guy, he does it from home too, right? And she said, now pay attention to what he's saying, how he's acting. And one of the skits she sent me, he was a bartender. She said he was so good that he made you forget that he was in his kitchen, not using a lot of props, but he just got into character that you really thought that you was seeing him in the club scene. So she's always reminding me to stay in character.
You know what they say? Know your role.
Right, and she told me, she said, "Oh, Kiva, when you make it to Broadway," she said, "I'm going to be the one." She said, "Everybody else is going to be throwing red roses." She said, "I'm going to throw you white roses."
Yeah.
So
You know what?
me.
You know what? Me and her gonna be together. We gonna be together. We gonna buy a big shit load of white roses.
And she said, and then I'm going to ask you, do you need me to open up your condo? She said, "You going to make it, Aunt Kiva. You going to make it."
Yeah.
So I just want to tell her, you know, and then she'll just call me out the blue. Just keep reminding me, and I just want to tell her thank you for that. And
That's what love is all about,
I'm
yo.
gonna do this thing, man.
Push it,
And I
push
love you, Tesla. Thank you so much.
Yo, Kid, you have to realize you're a vessel, man. You're a vessel. You are actually a vessel. You're no different in life to anybody's mindset than a Tesla, a rocket in space, a ship on the sea. Like, we all got somewhere to go through you. You know what I mean? We have a destination, and our destination for you is all the way up. That's exactly what you are. I'm gonna buy the white roses too.
You hear that? Tell me Uncle Joe say he gonna have white roses.
I'm buying the damn white roses too. I'm like, where the
Only
chick?
Uncle Joe tell me I'm allowed to buy the white roses.
I'm like, where the chick? I'm having a white rose suit and shit. Walking
It's
out
the
there.
time you make you when you know you'll make
Hell
one.
yeah. Exactly. Keep
Yeah,
money.
you gotta go high end on
They
that.
like-
Right. You
Make
know
the
she's
high
the
end
hoe.
stuff.
This dude
Yeah.
That's what
stepped.
the hoe.
This dude stepped in with a white rose suit on and shit. Just tell
Everybody
him.
time you damn cut off.
That's right.
Just tell him pick your rose. Get
You're
your
like
rose.
she wear. He in the she wear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's all the way up for you with that, man. It really is. And bless up anybody that's like really trying to see your journey, because you are. Now this young lady right here,
I can't wait.
yo, yeah, I'm glad you just started.
I can't wait.
I'm glad you just, because you know what? When you out here, you doing this type of stuff, starting is the hardest thing to do,
I know.
but it's also the most
and that's what
the most enjoyable thing
been my
to enjoy.
fascination was like, where do I start? That's like you were saying what made me like for a long time I've been wanting to do this way before even the death of my daughter, you know, that's just a part of, you know, different stuff because of things I've been through and things I see that we need in the community that affect, you know, because I did the jail thing, so I already know about that, having kids and being in jail, and you know, I know about all the stuff, drug abuse, I've been through all of that, and these are things that I've been through in life that affected me and, you know, my children and whatever, and I know what helped me and I know what didn't help me.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
have
I'm
those
saying?
answers.
So you got, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to help somebody. Them ones that even as many programs that we have, it's still somewhere.
Not enough.
That it's still not enough because you got that one because they did that one particular thing. We don't want you in the program. So how do I get a who's to say that I don't get a second chance because I did that one thing that you don't feel like that I should, even down to come to housing. You got a charge 30 years ago for drugs, but you can't get housing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the housing, like that, I don't think that makes sense.
It doesn't.
You know,
People change.
because people change.
I just went through that.
People still need housing. People still need homes. So I want to have some housing so these people can be able to come to home. You can't go to housing authority, but you can come to lawyer authority, you know? So,
2024?
Yeah.
Is with all of this stuff that we got going on, and it just seems like there's so many people that I see living on the street now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
In their car.
And it don't make sense. And it's sad. Because
But part of it, and I have to be honest with you, part of it is the government. Like a big, huge part of it is the government. That plays a big. But I'm speaking from a man's perspective. I've been homeless 3 times, right? But last time I was homeless with my 10-year-old son. And it was the scariest thing in the world because before I was always homeless by myself. So figuring that out for myself, that was real easy. But figuring out that with a child with me carrying that weight, that was kind of scary. But when you're homeless, you either want to get out of it or are you okay being in that situation?
One of the two.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't blame people for what. Like some people look at, well, if I take on all this weight and I carry all this weight on my back, then I don't want to deal with that. Some of these homeless people want to be out in the streets. Honestly,
and that's
I can
the sad
also.
part.
But if they want to be, some of them do have mental conditions, true enough, but some of them don't have mental conditions at all.
Yeah, but you know what it is, society. They see, they look, they don't think they don't see how society is. People with money, how people act.
No,
they don't want no parts of it.
None.
Because it's no humanity. It's no love.
Exactly
it's no
right.
community life. Like how our grandparents.
I've met professors. I met doctors. I met lawyers that were homeless. In Balboa
They just checked
in
out.
California. Like they moved to summertime, they moved to California. Like no, wintertime they moved to California. During the spring and summertime on the East Coast, they come back. They check out, but they got enough money to go fly back and forth. They live in parks. They go eat free every day. They got room. They sleep where they want to sleep at. Like you have some people.
These people, there's a lot of people on the verge of that.
Yeah.
Anytime you go on social media crying about you're living your dream job and you still barely making it, it's like you said, the government is making it hard for us.
Yeah, but do something. Like just as an individual, do something. Like you can't do nothing about. Like I just wanted to give people and say you can't do nothing about the past, but you certainly got to change. You certainly got something to do with the future.
And the future. Yeah.
You know what I mean? What you do in the present is going to change the future. So you certainly got to change on the future. You know what I mean? So these kids, like, walk down the street, walk down Hudson Street, you'll find all the kids call. Say, where can you get a free freeze pop at? Where you get a sicker pop at? Uncle Joe's house. They all do. Because that's where I grew up. I grew up with that person on our block that always looked out for the kids. So I refuse to let that go. I refuse to close my door.
Yeah, I remember that on
Like I'm still living and do the right thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm still living in those days. Like the same opportunity I gave to my son, I want every child to have the same opportunity. So my advice is I give people the advice that I raised my son, hopefully thinking that they're gonna journey off and at least go look. You don't have to do it, but go look it up. Like give your child an opportunity to be greater if you have that. And I understand some people financially might not be able to do it, but again, if you save one,
that's what I say. Sometimes it's not money. Sometimes
And you
it's
save that one can go and save somebody else.
It's the job.
that girl, preach it, yo. But yo, her spirit is freaking just her energy, the electrons coming from her mindset. Yeah. But yo, Jay, I know y'all watching. I gotta close this show, man. Like, you know, I don't really like no show going on 2 hours.
Yeah. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Definitely, yo, I'm the one and only infamous Uncle Joe in the building. Happy Hour Live 757, Passionate Poetry on all platforms. Go look us up. Yo, sis on the other end, rap that band.
Yep, that's Nairobi MVP, most vigorous poet. And we hope you enjoyed the show. If you didn't get a chance to look at it live, go back and check it out. Share. This was an amazing guest, Loria artist. Y'all look out for her. Yo, she's coming, and she's gonna be doing some things out in the community.
Bigger things.
And don't forget, it's this Thursday, London Lounge. We back with Passionate Poetry. Y'all better come on out. The Joe got some stuff for y'all. Y'all better come out with on this.
Yo, it's about to be live. It's about to be live. We about to do bigger things especially for the community. I just want to say that this is really going to affect the community, the local community, not the 757. Like the grit. So artists, get y'all shit ready, get y'all shit right, because I got y'all coming and passing it on to the queen.
You want to say?
The queen, this is the queen, the lady, yo, the MC of the building, like,
Lady of the hour.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I just like to give a shout out to my children, my grandchildren, family, and friends. I thank everybody who joined in. I want to give a shout out to the young lady next here to me, Passion and Poetry. Uncle Joe, it's been amazing being on the show. I am so excited to to helping the community. And like when I say I'm excited, really it's like talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. So action without words is nothing. So